ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Sri Ramakrishna arrived at the house before the worship began and became engaged in conversation with Vijay Krishna Goswami and other devotees. The lamps were lighted and the divine service was about to begin. Master asked if Shivnath would come to the festival. The Brahmo devotee said that he had other important things to do and was not coming. Master, I feel very happy when I see Shivnath. He always seems to be absorbed in the bliss of bhakti. Further, a man who is respected by so many surely possesses some divine power. But he has one great defect. He does not keep his word. Once he said to me that he would come to Dakshineshwar, but he neither came nor sent me a word. That's not good. It is said that truthfulness alone constitutes the spiritual discipline of Kali Yuga. Now you see the whole thing. The whole worship is about to begin and Sri Ramakrishna is conversing with Vijay Krishna Goswami and other people and suddenly asks, is Shivnath going to come? How the God observes every jiva's positive and negative things. These are not attitudes. This is their being. Now, what am I? I have two separate departments as if within me, watertight departments. I have something good and great, something which is not bad, but which is an obstruction to, because I am a devotee of God, I am seeking God. Bad things, if they are still there, I may not feel that longing. Now Shivnath is always in bhakti mood, and Sri Ramakrishna clearly mentions, you see, he feels very happy. I feel very happy when I see Shivnath. He always seems to be absorbed in the bliss of God. That is, in the absorbed in the bliss of bhakti. Bliss of bhakti. He is devoted to God, loves God, and in this he is finding bliss. Means all bad things would have dropped off from his mind because he is finding delight in loving God, bhakti, in dedicating all actions. Bhakti is where dedication is more important than love. Bhakti and prema. Prema is love, pure love predominant. Bhakti is devotion. Devotion and love. Devotion, I am devoted. I want to serve Him. In and through my actions. And all these constitute my offering services to Lord. Even puja, japa, and all these constitute devotional aspect. But pure love is entirely different, independent of these external small things. Here external in devotion, external and internal are mixed up. For the internal sake, I am holding on to the external devotion. In love, there is no other external things. Only it is internal intimacy with God, love of God. So here, when he has come to that state, that is enjoying bhakti, devotion to God, being devoted to God, he is enjoying that bliss of being devoted to God. So here we see there is another compartment, watertight compartments too. One is all that is taking him. One small defects, that he is not keeping up his words. Means he is giving all importance to his spiritual relationship, everything, but small things. And this affects, it is like a small thread is tied and kept outside, that is not able to go forward. Now there is a vehicle, say motorcycle. Whole motorcycle is free. One part, its tail is tied to a window. However you drive, it cannot go. Whole vehicle is free. Only one, that carrier is tied. It cannot go ahead. So just cut that thread, it starts going. So all his efforts are held in abeyance just because of that small defect, that he is not able to hold on to truth. And when we come to spiritual practices, holding on to truth doesn't mean telling as things are. That is the lowest type of truth. Now, as Holy Mother says, I am sitting for meditation. Is it true? Then how did thought enter of the world when you are sitting for meditation? So, at every level, I am dedicating my life to God. Is it true? I am offering all things. Is it true? I am sitting for japa. I am sitting for worship. When I sit for worship, if it is true that nothing can disturb my mind, the whole presence of divine I'll be feeling. I'll be offering each item, feeling his divine presence, as if I am putting certain things in his mouth, I am keeping certain things in his hand, he is receiving it. So clear, so because it is separated from the world, it is in truth, his worship is going on. So when the worship goes on in truth and samagra, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother always uses shattata or samagrata, the satyata, truthfulness, and samagrata, wholeness. Have you given yourself wholly, totally, completely for that act? That whenever you do any spiritual practice, let there be truthfulness in that. Let you be one being. A part of I have kept this little reserve for myself. Sometime little I am spending in the thought of others. No. There is undiverted attention. So here that satyata is brought into picture, Sri Ramakrishna. That is not good. It is said that truthfulness alone constitutes the spiritual discipline of Kali Yuga. Alone. Truthfulness alone means you can totally depend. I am truthful and I have to reach God. Yes. Without this regard for truth, one gradually loses everything. If by chance, because whatever I do, if I am truthful, there is 100% giving. If little small diversion slowly take us away from God. Now I am doing regular Sandhya Vandana or puja, worship. In the beginning it will be full of encouraging. Then something happens, some problem comes in life, and there I relax. I am doing worship, but I have not been able to give my all, mind and soul to totally. At that time I see that I have not been able to do total justice to it. And I see, oh, what is this? Now that aspect, slowly, because of the emergency, even when somebody dies, 12 days, we are not allowed to do the worship. Some child is born, some death is there. One is medically, this one you may take. But other than that, actually, when there is great joy and new atmosphere of this one, like child is born, every attention and everything is there on that child, mother, going and playing and this and that, showing all this. A kind of joy is there. Apart from joy, the mind is kept engaged there. With that you are not supposed to do puja. There is no grief holding on, but it is there. It is not elating joy also. A constant capture. Everybody's attention is captured there. How is the child? What is happening? And mother is experiencing new experiences. All attention is there of people. So doing worship in that state slowly, I am not able to give my all mind, and it becomes a habit of losing the whole total dedication. Somewhere it begins and ends up in total withdrawal. I am doing all ritualistic worship externally. My mind and body are just, body alone is there, mind has gone away somewhere. It becomes death also. Great grief is there. One person intensely grieving will affect all other consciousness. The whole thing, so each time he looks at that grieving face, what is this? What is this? Our interest, our total dedication in anything will be decreased. We don't feel like eating, we don't feel like going somewhere because one is weeping at home. We don't feel like enjoying anything because one person is intensely affected. When he is intensely affected, should we go or not? Question comes. Doing worship, anybody in that house, anybody trying to do the worship, there is not total giving. Some waves are hitting now and then, again and again. So it is not permitted because the truthfulness goes away. I am doing worship, the truthfulness. It is slow decreasing. In days to come, these small things accumulate and most part of the worship is going just mechanically without my mind being there. Sometimes I have to search, where am I? What am I doing? What is the next step? To that extent, we get lost. And then we lose all things. With great effort, we might have acquired a little attention and able to pay a little attention in puja and all that. But all that get lost. So hold on to that truthfulness. I am sitting for worship. Am I doing truly? That again and again checking, introspection. Am I doing perfectly? Am I right? Am I right? I must go there. If by chance I say that I will go to Pine Grove, I must go there even if there is no further need of it, lest I lose my attachment to truth. After my vision of Divine Mother, I prayed to her, taking flower in my hands, Mother, here is their knowledge, here is their ignorance. Take them both, give me only pure love. Here is thy holiness, here is thy unholiness. Take them both, and Mother, give me pure love. Here is thy good, here is their evil. Take them both, O Mother, and give me pure love. Here is their righteousness, and here is their unrighteousness. Take them both, Mother, give me pure love. I mentioned all these, but I could not say, Mother, here is their truth, and here is thy falsehood. Take them both. I give up everything at her feet, but could not bring myself give up to truth. All things, all dualities, he was able to give up, but he could not say, take this truth and take this falsehood and give me pure Lord. Could not. Because if truth is given up, he is giving himself to Mother is gone. He himself, the whole thing collapses if truth is given up. Anything I tell has no meaning at all. Mother, I love you. To tell. If truth is not there, what it means? It doesn't mean anything. The master went into deep samadhi. Soon the service began according to the rules of Brahmo Samaj. The preacher was seated on the dais. After the opening prayer, he recited holy texts of the Vedas and was joined by congregation in the invocation of the Supreme Brahman. Just like we invoke the personal God, either in an image or in a yantra, that is two-dimensional diagram, or in a ghata, water pitcher of water, things like that, in a flower, in anything, we invoke, like that they invoke Brahman, the Absolute. Opening prayer recited was enjoined by congregation in invocation of the Supreme Brahman. They chanted in chorus, Brahman is truth, knowledge and infinity. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. It shines as bliss and immortality. It shines as bliss. It's a Ananda Sagara. And as far as individual is concerned, it is projecting immortality. We are all mortals in this mortal world. Immortality is our real nature, real existence. I am immortal. But bodily existence in this world, in my life, makes me a mortal, though I am immortal within. So externally, I see I am just a mortal, because identification with the body, which is perishable, it's going to perish, that body. I am identified, I am body is perishable, I am Atman is immortal. Spiritual existence, bodily existence. My orientation or hold is on the body, then I am mortal. Body is going to be destroyed one day. But if I am Atman, I am immortal. I am not going to perish. I am not going to die. Nothing happens to me. I am Ananda Swarupa. So that identity. Here collectively they invoke the Brahman, the absolute existence. Invoking means not like invoking in a image or anything, yahagacha, because the moment I invoke the personal deity, it is not their manifest state. It is there as dormant state. I am as if awakening. But Brahman is all pervading, everywhere it is there. And because Brahman is there, all other things are there. And Brahman is pervading everything, giving existence to all that exist. So the question of invoking doesn't come. But I am invoking, when we say Brahman is being invoked, then it means I am expanding my understanding and removing the screen that I have put on my bodily existence or my senses, which is limiting the infinite into finite. So that limitation that I am going to see is being removed. Brahman, now invocation of the personal deity, I am invoking Sri Ramakrishna in a flower for worship. I am seeing Sri Ramakrishna manifesting there in a flower is flower, nature's product. I am seeing Sri Ramakrishna projecting in and through that and receiving my worship. It is objectively I am observing, seeing, participating, experiencing, visualizing Sri Ramakrishna sitting there. But when we invoke Brahman, we don't visualize, we don't objectify God. When invoking Brahman, I am covered with an ignorance. I am going to remove that sheet of ignorance. Here I am removing the veil of the object. Here I am removing the invoking Brahman. I am removing the veil that I put on myself. This absolute existence is all pervading, all times existing, beyond time and space. I am in time and space. So I have put on I am not able to see that. So when invoking Brahman, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, when I say I am trying to remove the sheath of ignorance covering my eyes. Here I am trying to remove the veil that has been put on the world. I am trying to remove the veil on the put by the Maya upon the every object, that I am not able to see any object as Brahman and as God. This whole world is God, but I am not able to. Now I am as if I am seeing through an X-ray photograph or removing the veil and seeing inside. I am penetrating and seeing. Here it is nothing to penetrate. It is Nirguna Nirakara. I have put on, I am not able to see, there is a veil on my eyes. That I am going to invoking Anant Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That I am making it clear to my mind, oh, it is there. You are not seeing. That invocation of Brahman. After the prayer, congregation, invocation, they chanted in chorus, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahman is truth, knowledge and infinity. It shines as bliss and immortality. Infinity, immortality. It shines as bliss, ananda, and immortality. As there is shashvatatvam, there is no mortality. It's not going to die. It is not going to get exhausted. There is something, it is going to be exhausted. Now rice is there in a pot, it is going to get exhausted. Kshaya, it is akshaya. It shines as bliss and immortality. Ananda Sagara, immortality. Brahman is peace, blessedness, the one without a second. Shanti. And one without a second. There is no duality, it is only one. Anything second comes into picture, it limits the original. It is no more infinity. If infinity is there, nothing else can be there. It is infinite. It has occupied every bit what exists, infinity. But if I see something else other than this infinity, this is going to limit that. Limitation is going to be put on that. It is pure, unstained by sin. Apapa vidham. Papa vidham. It is stained, it is limited, or it is stained by sin. Papa vidham. Apapa vidham. It is not stained. There is no stigma on that of sin. The mind of the devotees were stilled. They closed their eyes in meditation with the utterance Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. The One is there without a second. All is all. The eyes are closed of all devotees and they are conceiving that. So, the two aspects of meditation, one is Saguna Sakara, one is Nirguna Nirakara. Both take different forms of meditation. One expansive dissolution of the subject in the object. The other is preserving the object and divinizing the subject to see the divine as the object. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.